A new east-west pipeline would move an additional 500,000 barrels of Alberta oil per day.
Alberta and Ontario's premiers team up on a new pipeline plan.
There we go.
Plus, promoting Alberta's whiskey industry to the world with a new official logo. And Alberta's gender wage gap, the largest in Canada, how the energy industry is partly responsible.
CTV Calgary, local breaking news with Camilla Di Giuseppe.
Good afternoon. It's a new week and already there's a new pipeline proposal. This time, Ontario is partnering with Alberta, hoping to ship Alberta crude across Canada. Kevin Green joins us now from McDougall Centre in downtown Calgary. Kevin, where will this run? How much will it cost? And who will pay for it?
Well, Camilla, no one actually has said yet how much it will cost, but it'll clearly be in the billions, if not tens of billions of dollars. The province of Ontario is currently undertaking a feasibility study, which it says should wrap up by the end of this year. The 500,000 barrel a day pipeline is proposed to run from Hardisty in northern Alberta eastward across Saskatchewan, Manitoba, and into Sarnia in the heart of Ontario's refinery and manufacturing districts. As for who will pay the cost, well, there's no private proponent for this right now, and that means taxpayers could be on the hook for most or maybe all of the cost. Both premiers say if that's what has to be, so well, but they are open to looking at all options.
The thing to remember about pipelines is they're an excellent investment. That's why we have underwritten pipeline purchases and an equity stake for First Nations, because they are revenue generating projects. And so ultimately who pays for them is the people who use them, the shippers.
As I mentioned, Ontario is currently undertaking a feasibility study. The pipeline, if built, would span 4 provinces, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, and Ontario. We currently have not heard from Manitoba's Premier Wab Kinew. We reached out to him several times today, but did not get a response.
All right, Kevin, thank you so very much for that report. The man who spearheaded a petition to stop coal mining in the Alberta Rockies says he's meeting with lawyers after the province decided not to send it to a referendum. Corb Lund says he questions whether Elections Alberta was fair in its process to validate petition signatures. The Water Not Coal petition got more than 207,000 signatures, but Elections Alberta tossed more than 35,000 out. Lund says that seems like a ridiculously large number given the thoroughness and dedication of volunteers. The country singer says the group has 30 days to put the issue before a judge for a review. Elections Alberta says it's set to begin verifying signatures for the separatist petition. The petition was submitted in early May, but has been mired in legal challenges. Last week, a judge ruled signature verification could proceed. Elections Alberta says the boxes of petition sheets have been stored in locked cabinets and monitored by security guards. July 27th is the deadline to publish the official count. Pro-Alberta independence campaigns registered as third-party advertisers are leading the way when it comes to fundraising for this fall's referendum. Let Alberta Decide, spearheaded by lawyer Keith Wilson, has raised nearly $250,000 in donations from 1,000 Albertans in nearly 3 weeks of operations. As a registered TPA, you can raise a maximum of $607,000, according to Elections Alberta. One person, union, or business can contribute up to $5,000 annually. Wilson says he is thankful for the amount of support his campaign has received.
I would like to think it's because we're doing a better job and have maybe a better message, but all of the pro-independence groups are important, as are the ones that are for State Canada. I mean, this is what democracy is about: full freedom of expression, free dialogue, civil discourse. There's new groups forming almost weekly. I'm quite surprised at that.
Stephen Carter is leading the Alberta's Voice campaign, a pro-federalism movement. It has raised about $26,000 as of last week. His campaign also focuses on opposing the 9 referendum questions focused on immigration and the Constitution. ACERT is investigating after Airdrie RCMP shot and killed a man near Irricana. Police responded to a 911 call around 6 on Friday night on Highway 9 near Irricana. Investigators say the man was shot after an altercation and at least one officer firing their weapon. Police say despite life-saving measures, the man died. No officers were injured. A man has been charged following the theft of $255,000 worth of copper from a Bitcoin company. It happened last November at Crypto Therm Manufacturing Incorporation. Calgary police say DNA analysis helped identify the suspect who was arrested last month. 54-year-old Tyler John Furs has been charged with break and enter. Well, the city says it's received 70 noise complaints since the start of Stampede. 40 complaints were for the Cowboys Music Festival, but the city says those noise readings have all been below the maximum allowed. Badlands Music Festival received 15 noise complaints. The city says following multiple warnings, that event has been ticketed for exceeding their allowable maximum decibel limit. The ticket is now under review. Promoting authentic Alberta-made whiskey worldwide has reached a new milestone with the unveiling of the industry's official new logo. Now here's a look at the new logo that will go along with the Alberta-made whiskey designation, all part of a provincial push to help market the spirit globally. Proponents of the Alberta Whiskey Act say local distilleries have been producing award-winning whiskey for years by using high-quality Alberta grain, which is also often used in liquors made around the world, including Scotland. Distillers say this seal of approval will give local whiskey producers major exposure and a feeling of pride.
This puts us from being talented participants to confident leaders out there in the whiskey world. Whiskey is a global thing, and we want to start saying, you know what we're doing in Alberta is the best in the world.
To get the label, the whiskey must be made here, start to finish, using Alberta water and primarily Alberta-grown grains. Well, summertime has a lot more people reaching for a steak or burger to put on the barbecue, and once again, it's going to cost more. Alicia Fieldberg joins us now from Stampede Park. Alicia, it's not cheap to eat beef.
Camilla, the latest Statistics Canada data shows that beef prices rose again, and it's simple supply and demand. Canadian ranchers have been keeping fewer cattle these past few years, but demand for the meat has not waned. Now, in May, beef prices were up more than 2% from the previous month. That's also 13% higher than last year at this time and 63% higher than 5 years ago, according to Stats Canada. And Canada's cattle herds decreased over the past few years, with many ranchers choosing not to keep as many cattle during recent drought years, which made feed expensive on top of other rising costs. Despite the beefy price tag, Canadians aren't cutting it off the menu. Beef consumption actually rose slightly this year, but tastes have shifted, with more people going for ground beef rather than steak. Food vendors say they've had to increase their prices a bit too because of the higher costs.
There is a scare that people will eventually be priced out, but as long as people are ready and willing, the food will always be here. And the Stampede's going nowhere. It's where you showcase all the good that we have here in Alberta, right? Especially with the beef. I don't think you can get many places that serve better beef.
This year, Canadian herds grew for the first time in years, up 2.5% from the previous year, but it's still going to take some time for more calves to be born and go to market. Experts do believe that those beef prices will start coming down. Possibly, we might even see a little bit of relief by the end of this year. Camilla?
All right, Alicia, thank you so much. The pancake breakfast at Cross Iron Mills was serving up something a little different this year. Organizers created a build-your-own pancake bar. Along with traditional syrup, they were offering fresh fruits, sprinkles, even M&M toppings. About 7,000 people waited in line for the free breakfast. Tomorrow, the Stampede Caravan Breakfast takes place at Market Mall and Coventry Hills Centre. Food will be served between 9 and 11 a.m. Let's bring in our Danielle Savoni. And of course, for these pancake breakfast to be successful, it often helps when the weather is on side too.
Yes, and adding the fresh fruit. That's upscaling it right there.
Top tier indeed.
Top tier, nice work. All right, so yes, we had a stunning day today. Not too hot, not too cold. Winds fairly calm. It's a little on the breezy side. And tomorrow will be stable as well thanks to high pressure. And this is why it looks like this on radar and satellite. Nothing going on in southern Alberta right now. 21 degrees is the temperature at the airport. Our maximum gust and our current gust is 46 kilometers per hour. So yes, it is a little on the breezy side. All right, your 24-hour forecast is brought to you by Fifth Avenue Volkswagen, family-owned, community-driven. Discover more at Fifth Avenue Volkswagen. And as you can see, for the next 24 hours, we are looking at stable weather. Tomorrow, lots of sunshine, even hotter tomorrow with a high of 27 expected. And those gusts around 40 kilometers per hour return again tomorrow afternoon. But by the time we get into Wednesday, Thursday, a little more active weather is possible. We'll talk more about that coming up.
All right, Danielle, thank you so much. Imagine saving a life by performing CPR on someone and then getting billed for it. Surprised? So was this Edmonton doctor. Next, why he was charged and how the province is now getting involved. And the massive funding boost to push Alberta cancer clinical trials to a whole new level. An Edmonton doctor who received an ambulance bill after performing CPR at a basketball game won't have to pay the fee.
So today I got a surprise $250 bill from Alberta Health Services for saving someone's life.
Last month, Ian Sutano was playing basketball when one of the other players collapsed. He and another player spent about 15 minutes performing CPR. The man was starting to come to when emergency crews arrived. Sutano says the adrenaline from playing basketball and then performing life-saving measures left him feeling lightheaded. He was offered an ambulance but chose to be assessed on scene.
You know, he did check me out, so I understand, I guess you put that through the system, and I guess that generates a bill, but was not something that, crossed my mind. So it was just kind of a surprise.
Sutano is worried others will see the cost as a barrier and won't call for an ambulance in an emergency. This afternoon, the province canceled his bill and says it's reviewing the policy. A big step forward to advance cancer clinical trials in our province. The Alberta Cancer Foundation is investing $35 million to support operations and expand infrastructure at flagship research hubs across the province. It includes Calgary's Riddell Centre for Cancer Immunotherapy and in Lethbridge, an advanced MRI imaging to test whether doctors can safely reduce the number of prostate cancer radiation sessions required by patients during treatment. Clinical trials are a bridge that connects breakthrough science in the lab to life-saving medicines for patients.
Melanoma is a great example of this. 10 years ago when I was finishing medical school, or maybe 15 years ago, melanoma was a universal death sentence. Now, over half of people with stage 4 metastatic melanoma are cured from their disease. That only happens with clinical trials. It's only through clinical trials that we can make real progress.
The Cancer Foundation says clinical trials have contributed to improving Alberta's cancer outcomes. Over the last 25 years, the province has gone from having one of the lowest cancer survival rates in Canada to one of the highest. Let's bring in our Danielle Savoni once again. The sun is back. The warm temperatures have also returned, making it for a good setup for Stampede and for the rest of us.
Yeah, today a really nice day for Stampede because it hasn't been too hot. When you add the people in the pavement, you can add another 10 degrees onto the temperatures sometimes. All right, Skywatch weather camera, sunny skies, temperatures right where they should be. So basically Goldilocks weather out there today because also the winds have been calm. We're about to skyrocket in all communities in southern Alberta in temperature. So temperatures are going to soar for this next 5 to 7, even 10 days. So a lot of heat coming up, dry weather for the most part as well. Not ideal. Thank goodness we've had so much rain to help us out a bit, but this too will dry out. So we definitely have to keep watch on the wildfire issue that may start to rise up on us. Okay, 21 degrees is the temperature in Calgary, 22 in Lethbridge, 23 in Medicine Hat. Again, nice temperatures because it's not too hot, not too cold. Little gusty in Calgary today, maximum wind gust 46 kilometers per hour. Also the gust right now at the airport. And we're looking at around that for tomorrow as well, around 50 kilometer per hour gusts. Calmer in the far south, which is unusual. Less wind for areas south of us. Anyway, we are looking at gusts up to 40, even 50 kilometers per hour for most communities in southern Alberta for tomorrow. High pressure is in place right now, and it will be for tomorrow as well for much of southern Alberta, although for the far south they will see a little bit more active weather because of this stateside system. So this is pushing up from the states. It's going to push a little bit of cloud cover into, we'll see maybe a couple cloudy periods tomorrow, but still mainly sunny. But for the far south, they're going to get some rainfall, and even some thunderstorm activity is possible closer to the Saskatchewan border. So I'm going to advance this, and you can see clouds pushing into the far south. We will see some creep up Highway 2 as well. We may see a couple cloudy periods in Calgary, but overall Calgary looks so nice once again for tomorrow, just hotter temperatures than what we had today. All right, and then later in the day, that's where they will see the thunderstorm activity or at least some isolated showers. Now for Calgary, tomorrow is stable, but as we head into Wednesday, again, we have the heat. When you add that instability, that heats the fuel for everything. If we do get thunderstorms, they could intensify quite quickly. So all down QE2 through Calgary and down the Trans-Canada to Wednesday afternoon is where it's possible. And look how intense it looks like it will get along the Saskatchewan border. And then same idea for Thursday. So in the afternoon, pop-up showers and thunderstorm activity is certainly possible. 40% chance of seeing that in Calgary for Wednesday and Thursday. All right, look at tomorrow's daytime high, 27 degrees. So quite a bit different from the 21, 22 we've had today. Still a lot of sunshine and stability tomorrow. And then again, by the afternoon hours, isolated showers, thunderstorm activity Wednesday and Thursday. We'll dump down to those mid-20s for Wednesday and Thursday. And we'll stay in those mid-20s as we head into the weekend, but it looks more stable again with a whole lot of sunshine.
Danielle, thank you so much. Well, some may think of it as a dubious distinction. Coming up, what is believed to be behind Alberta's gender wage gap that makes it the biggest in our country. Rogers Communications has bought the remaining 25% ownership stake in Canada's largest sports and entertainment conglomerate. Joining me is Faisal Karmali, portfolio manager with the Popwich Karmali Advisory Group. So Faisal, this is a massive deal.
Rogers was the big news story for sure here in Canada, buying out the rest of Maple Leaf Sports Entertainment at $4.35 billion. They now own 100% of this. So the value of Maple Leaf Sports is $17.4 billion. However, it only contributes to about 5% of Rogers' total revenue. So you're going to probably hear from individual investors, such as institutional or pension plans who have Rogers shares in their portfolios, will come out and say, well, hang on, this is a $17 billion unit making only 5% of revenue. Do we need to own it, or can we spin this off into a private company or maybe even be a separate public entity on its own and really zone in on the true value for shareholders? So you're going to start to see more and more of this come out as companies start to divert from their main business. Now, we all know that Rogers makes a lot of money off of Maple Leaf Sports in regards to media side, but it only contributes 5% for Maple Leaf. They can still have the same contracts and agreements without actually owning it full right out and only having a small percentage of the overall benefit. So you're going to see a bit more of that come out. We're also going to see a bit more conversation about office space. In fact, this is the first full year since the pandemic that there has been a recovery in office space usage. So what we've heard from CBRE is that since the pandemic, office vacancy rate now is at 17.1%. That's down from 18.7%. So that's a good thing. Net absorption rates, the next part of this as well, as we're starting to see more issues about what's going to be absorbed. Calgary, one of the leading spots, 300,000 square foot of net absorptions. And that's a good thing for Calgary, a good thing for the downtown core.
All right, Faisal, thank you so much. 64 cents. That is what a woman makes in our province for every dollar a man makes, and on an annual basis, according to a report by the Canadian Centre for Policy Alternatives. That is the lowest in Canada. The national average is 72 cents. When looking at weekly earnings in Alberta, females make 71 cents compared to male counterparts that make $1, while the national average sits at 80 cents. Part of the problem, according to the think tank, is the province freezing minimum wage and funding cuts in the education and healthcare sectors, areas with majority female workers. It also points to Alberta having male dominating the high-paid resources industry, while females fill the majority of lower-paying service jobs.
Our economy is heavily anchored in oil and gas exploration, extraction, procurement, heavy construction, and many of those jobs are both the higher paying positions, and they also tend to be dominated by males.
Cook points to the need for the province to have a more thorough system to address pay inequities. The UCP government tells CTV News it continues to work on policies that help all workers, and it's reviewing developments in other provinces to guide its approach. Another potential pipeline for Alberta crude oil. Here's Tara Nelson with a look ahead to CTV News at 6.
Hi, Camilla. The West-East Energy Corridor would start in Alberta and end in Ontario. At this point, there's no private proponent for the project. Coming up at 6, why some feel there doesn't need to be a commercial case for this pipeline. Also ahead, the price of beef continues to rise. Earlier, we heard about its impact on consumers. Coming up at 6, we'll see what it means for ranchers. Camilla.
Tara, thank you so very much. We have a beautiful day out there. We're sitting about 21 degrees. Not too hot if you're out stampeding. Lots of sunshine, however. Danielle will have more details about the weather ahead next. All right, Danielle, we have a hot, dry stretch of weather coming our way, which is great for many of us because we want the summer weather, but also, you know, it could bring up some concerns, especially when it gets really dry out there.
Yeah, especially when you look at the longer term. This is a long-term dry stretch, really, lasting 7 to 10 days. So yeah, we may have to start getting to, you know, watching out for that kind of issue as we go through the next 10 days. But for right now, enjoy it while it's here. 21 degrees is the current temperature. Today's daytime high, and normal is 22. So we're right where we should be for this time of year. We're going to get hot tomorrow, 27 degrees, stable, a whole lot of sunshine, and there's the possibility of very isolated showers or thunderstorm activity later on Wednesday and later on Thursday as well. And temperatures will drop at that point down to those mid-20s. So still hot.
Very hot indeed. Danielle, thank you so much. The night sky came to life over the Edmonton area on Friday with a rare combination, the northern lights and a fireball. The fireball was spotted and recorded on doorbell cameras across Alberta. The TELUS World of Science believes it was a meteor or meteorite similar to this one that went down near Lloydminster. It says doorbell cameras will help them triangulate the position.
We use doorbell cameras and other types of cameras that people, security cameras that people had set up outside to try to figure out where this thing could have come down. And they're very useful tools for the astronomers and the geologists that are really looking for these particular rocks, hoping to pick one up.
It's not yet confirmed what the fireball was or if it made contact with the ground, but again, always a sight to see on any doorbell camera. All right, thank you so much for joining us. Now here's the early edition of the CTV National News.